Hey guys, welcome to another Q&A. Yes, as you all know, just a few days ago I just reached 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I said in that video that I'd make another Q&A. Yes, about a year and a half ago when I reached 300 subscribers, I did a Q&A, so I said in that video that I made a year and a half ago, if I reached 1,000 subscribers, I will do a second Q&A, and look at that, a year and a half later, I reached 1,000 subscribers, and it's all thanks to you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos, liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, talking about movies and all that shit, and thank you guys so much for getting me to 1,000 subscribers, and yes, there was a lot of questions you guys asked me in that video. There was a lot of questions to be asked. I have no idea how long this Q&A is going to take, but let's have fun with it, shall we? All of you asked different questions, mostly about movies. Some were a little personal, but let's get to it. This is my second Q&A on this channel, and yes, I have my laptop right here. Yes, I'm just going to go down and read the list of comments and all the questions down below, and I'm going to read every question and answer every question, so let's see how long this takes, but let's enjoy this, guys. I have a bottle of water, just in case I lose my voice. Just in case I lose my voice halfway through this video, so yeah. Let's get to it, guys. The very first question is from Benjamin Meyer. Thank you, buddy. His question is, the very first one is, do you think you can do a sarcastic movie review of a terrible movie one day and praise it like it's a great film, all for laughs, just like Jackson Fulcher does when he did his review of the Emoji Movie and stuff in Norm of the North? I don't know if I could, maybe I can do like a funny review on a movie and talk about it positively, like, I don't know if I can do a funny movie review and talk about it positively, like, praise Emoji Movie as a masterpiece and stuff. Maybe. I'll maybe do that someday. I don't know if I could be funny enough because I don't find myself that funny of a person, but maybe I could do it. I don't know. I'd have to think of some good material, but maybe. I don't know, though, so I don't know. Question 2 is Iron Man 2 or Fantastic? Both really bad movies. I don't like Iron Man 2. It's one of my least favorites. It's probably the most boringest, generic film of the MCU. I'm not a big fan of Iron Man 2, but Fantastic is a way worse film, so Fantastic. At least Iron Man 2 has Robert Downey Jr., so it's got that. Question 3, he asks, is what MCU film would you like to be made? I personally just like Fantastic Four already to join the MCU, just like what they did with Spider-Man, because The Amazing Spider-Man and The Amazing Spider-Man 2 are really bad movies, and Sony just ruined that. And look at that, Spider-Man Homecoming, we all love Spider-Man again, so just give the Fantastic Four to the MCU, they'll start it over again and do it properly, so give the Fantastic Four to the MCU, that's what I want. And question 4, he asks, could you ever imagine a film worse than The Last Airbender? There is actually worse films than The Last Airbender. The Last Airbender is just my personal least favorite film and what I think is the worst film. I hate it because what it did to the source material. I love Avatar The Last Airbender. It's my favorite cartoon of all time. And that movie just butchers it. It's Shyamalan's worst film. It's ugly, it's bland, it's generic, it's got bad acting, bad execution, it's horribly structured. And it has no joy that the cartoon has, and just I felt like M. Night Shyamalan just read the Wikipedia page of Avatar. He actually didn't watch the show. Like, the names aren't properly, the names aren't right, the race isn't right, the story isn't right. Like, he just took the first season, but he glossed over so much of the major plots of the first season. So, Shyamalan, I had no idea what he was doing with The Last Airbender, but there are worse films than The Last Airbender. Last Airbender is just my least favorite. I don't think it's the worst film ever made. I think Jack and Jill is a worse film, Batman and Robin, Superman 4... The Room, you're like, tearing me apart, Lisa. Funny movie, but those are worse films than The Last Airbender. But The Last Airbender is just my least favorite, because I hate it more than any other film, but it's not the worst. It's just my least favorite, so yeah. There are worse movies. Alright, R5 SpiderMan asks, when's your Q&A? It's right now. Alright, he also asks, congrats on 1,000 subs, thank you very much. And he says, are you excited? And he names a bunch of movies. So, am I excited for The Last Jedi? Who isn't excited for The Last Jedi? It's Star Wars. And I'm so glad that they haven't made any other trailers. Just the one teaser. That's all we need. That's all we need. Avengers Infinity War, of course. That Comic-Con trailer was badass, and I'm really looking forward to it. Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom. I liked Jurassic World. I didn't hate it that much, but we don't need a franchise on Jurassic World. Like, it's gonna start getting, old and tired really quick, so, not really. The new Halloween movie, maybe, I don't know. I know they have, like, a talented filmmaker directing it, but I'm kind of sick of Halloween movies, and as much as I do like the original Halloween, I like Season of the Witch, I love H2O, but I don't know. I'm kind of getting sick of Halloween. Think of, like, new horror films. Like, stop taking classic ones. So, I'm not entirely excited for the new Halloween. Blade Runner 2049, of course, I'm hearing nothing but praise for Blade Runner 2049. Speaking of Blade Runner, check out my review of Blade Runner on Ryan O'Toole's channel. I'll leave the link down below to that. So yeah, Blade Runner 2049, hell yeah, I'm excited. I'm seeing it this Friday. I couldn't get an early screening of it. Yeah, I saw The Mountain Between Us early, but not Blade Runner. And I can't go on Thursday because I'm very busy Thursday, so Friday night, my review will be up for that. I'm sorry it's a little late. Alright, next. Next is from R5 Fan. And they ask, Jay, would you rather sit through Chicken Little or Cars 2? Well, that's not nice. Both awful. Both some of the worst Disney films. The worst Pixar film. One of the worst animated Disney movies ever made. I'd say Chicken Little because Chicken Little is a shorter film, so it's a little, I don't have to waste as much as my time because that Cars 2 is like almost 2 hours, so, thank you. Alright, Nicholas Lloyd. Big fan. Yes, Nicholas Lloyd. He's been a fan of my channel for so long. Thank you. He has 5 questions. Question 1. Have you ever been to Nova Scotia, which is his home province? It's really cool, actually. I've never been to Nova Scotia. I've always wanted to go. I've never been to Nova Scotia. I've been to Quebec. I've been to British Columbia. I've been to Alberta. I live in Ontario. I haven't been to Nova Scotia, though. Question 2. What would you think about a crossover with Deadpool and Wolverine? That would be pretty fucking awesome. It would be pretty fucking awesome, but it's never gonna happen. Wolverine hung up his claws. He's done. Hugh Jackman is not gonna do it anymore. Logan's dead anyway. Spoilers for Logan. It's been out for like months now, but Logan's dead. He died. Like, as much as I'd love to see it, and Ryan Reynolds has been demanding it for so long, he bugs Hugh Jackman all the time about it, which is hilarious, but it's not gonna happen. It would be awesome. It will never happen, though. Question 3, what is your favorite Ellen Page movie? I like Inception. She's great as Ariadne. I like Juno. Juno's really good. Super's very underrated. Hard Candy's really good in film. Juno's her best performance, though, but just film she's in, Inception. So, yeah. Question 4, are there any movies on Netflix that you find amazing that you don't have on Blu-ray yet? Some of them haven't even come out on Blu-ray, but Netflix movies, yeah, I like Beast of No Nation, Oakjaw was really good, even the one I just watched recently, Gerald's Game was really good, Hush is a really good Netflix movie. Yeah, there's some really good Netflix movies that I'd love to own on Blu-ray, but I don't think all of them are even coming out on Blu-ray, so yeah. Question 5, do you think you might do another trip video like you did from Alberta? Maybe. We were going to go to Newfoundland this summer, but that got canceled, so that'll probably happen next summer. And if we do end up going, yeah, I'll film the whole trip. Okay, next. Next is movies, reviews, and rankings by Reese. What's going on, man? And he asks, what would you rather do? Die while watching Norman the North? Or watch only Adam Sandler for the rest of your life in theaters? That's a horrible life. That's terrible. I don't want to die, so yeah. He says, would you rather die watching Norman the North? I don't want the last thing I see and the last thing I hear before I die is Norman the North and Rob Schneider as a polar bear twerking. I don't want that, so no. I guess Adam Sandler for the rest of my life, because at least I have memories of good movies. I can still live and I can still make videos for you guys if I'm still alive. I don't want to die, but yeah, seeing through Adam Sandler movies for the rest of my life, that sounds awful. His new movie looks pretty good, The Meyerowitz Family, but other than that, his other films suck ass. But anyways, next is from Thidey? Is it Thidey? I don't know. Thidey2000. They ask, what do you think about Percy Jackson, and do you wish they did a sequel to these movies? They did do a sequel to Percy Jackson, and it's called Sea of Monsters, and it's an awful film. I actually did not like any of the Percy Jackson movies. The Lightning Thief wasn't a bad film, but I just didn't like it. I never read any of the books, so I've never been a Percy Jackson fan. And then he asks, what do you think of The Lone Ranger 2013 version? It's an awful film. I hate it. And then there's a bunch now. What's your favorite animated Disney movie? Beauty and the Beast. Oh, Fantasia. Fantasia, but like an actual story with a cohesive story. Beauty and the Beast, but Fantasia. And your least favorite Disney animated movie? The Black Cauldron. Your favorite Pixar and least favorite Pixar. Favorite Pixar is Up. Least favorite is Cars 2. Favorite live action, least favorite live action movie, Disney movie. Mary Poppins is my favorite. Least favorite, Princess Diaries 2. I'm just guessing. What's your favorite Disney live action remake? My favorite, I was gonna say Jungle Book, but I liked Cinderella, because Cinderella improved upon the source material. Unlike Beauty and the Beast, when it just flat out rips it off, but yeah. Cinderella. I'll go Cinderella. What's your least favorite live action remake? Maleficent. Does that count? That was a garbage film. Maleficent. Maleficent's the worst. Alright, next. Next is Net Alliance fan. Jay, would you be a Jedi or a Sith? Ooh, I'd love to say Sith, but I would be a Jedi. My personality-wise, I'm too good and pure, and I help people and stuff. I would be a Jedi Knight. You know, it'd be cool to do the light, do the lightning force, dark side. My favorite characters are all like Sith and everything. I love the Emperor, Darth Maul, and freaking Darth Vader is like one of my favorite Star Wars characters ever. Dark side. That's my closing phrase for my videos. I'm being realistic. I love to be part of the Sith, but actually, if I was myself in the Star Wars world and I had Jedi powers, I would be a Jedi Knight. I would use it for good, even though I love the dark side, and I've read comic books about Sith Lords and stuff, and about Darth Plagueis and stuff, and I love Kylo Ren and stuff. I love the bad guys of Star Wars. They're more interesting, and I love to be a Sith, because it'd be pretty cool. But logically, my personality, myself, I would be a Jedi. I would use my powers for good and help people. So I would be a Jedi Knight in real life. But it would be cool to be a Sith. Alright, next is Blu-ray Addict. He says, how many films have you seen on IMDb's Top 250? I actually did a ranking of the top 30 of the IMDb's. I've seen all 250 of them. Every single one of them, I've seen them all. Alright, next is Jab's Random Stuff. They ask, what is your favorite on-screen SpiderMan suit? Also, congrats on 1,000 subs. Thank you very much. My favorite on-screen SpiderMan suit, I can't count Infinity War because I haven't seen it yet, so just based off of the Garfield, the Tom Holland, and the Tobey Maguire, I actually like the Tobey Maguire suit. It just feels more classic Spider-Man, feels more like Spider-Man to me, so I like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man suit. I don't like the Garfield one. The Tom Holland one's cool, with the eyes and everything. That's really cool, but the Tobey Maguire one, I prefer personally. So yeah, that's my favorite suit. Alright, next is from John Anton. What's going on, man? Do you think Art Carney deserved to win Best Actor in 1974 over Al Pacino for The Godfather 2? Yeah, Al Pacino did not win Best Actor for Godfather 2. Art Carney, was that for, I'm blanking here. Was that for, Tonto? Henry and Tonto, whatever the movie's called? I haven't seen the movie. I haven't seen that movie with Art Carney. I think it's called, like, Harry and Tonto or something? Yeah, I haven't seen it, so I can't judge on that. But I've seen Godfather 2 many times, and yeah, no, Art Carney probably didn't deserve to beat Al Pacino. Al Pacino is so amazing as Michael Corleone in Godfather 2. He's great in the first one, but his performance is much more impactful. It's more they deepen the character, they layer the character, and he just gives such a compelling performance. And Like, in the first one, he never wanted to be the Godfather, but this one, he more relishes in it and embraces the Godfather trait, and he's fantastic, Al Pacino, and he's so good in the movie. He should have won for Godfather 2, hands down, not our Kearney. Okay. Next is from Tim Trickle. Yes, Tim Trickle. If you could only watch 10 movies for the rest of your life, which ones would you choose? So I can only watch 10 movies for the rest of my life. What 10 films do I choose? He's got a list for himself. He has Dumb and Dumber, Christmas Vacation, Halloween, The Avengers, Batman, The Wanderers, Caddyshack, Lethal Weapon, American Pie, Forrest Gump. I can see what he did there. Pick different genres, which I completely agree with. Maybe not much on the films, but yeah, I agree with pick different films from different genres. 10 films. Okay, this is hard. So 10 films. I can only watch these 10 films for the rest of my life. Empire Strikes Back, because I have to have a Star Wars film, and it's a cheat to put them all in. So Empire Strikes Back, because at least I still have memory of all the Star Wars films, but Empire is the best. It's the best Star Wars film, and it's the one I have to watch all the time. So Empire, Raiders of the Lost Ark, because again I love Indiana Jones and the Indiana Jones movies, but Raiders is the best. Back to the Future, Princess Bride, I'm going Groundhog Day, Casablanca. I'm gonna go with Alien, because you gotta have a kind of a creepy movie in there too. I'll go with, you know what? I'll go When Harry Met Sally, because it's a good romantic comedy. I'll go Inception, because I like a good science fiction film. And lastly, it's hard to pick. Guess I'll go with animated film, Spirited Away. So yeah, those are my 10 films. Yeah, Spirited Away. Alright, next is from Blu-ray Addict again. Alright, he's got more questions. Next is favorite disaster movie. I don't like disaster movies. I don't find them very good. I don't like the Armageddons, the 2012s, the Roland Emmerich ones. I don't find them good movies. But favorite disaster movie, Gravity. Gravity counts as a disaster movie. So Gravity, Titanic, they count as disaster films. But Gravity's my favorite disaster movie. Next is favorite teen movie of the last 10 years. Perks Being Wallflowers is a great movie. The Edge of 17 is a great movie. Spectacular Now is a good movie. Those are great teen movies of the past 10 years. Next is thoughts on the critics saying Blade Runner 2049 is better than the original. I can't concur on that because I haven't seen Blade Runner 2049. I am hearing it's beautiful, it's amazing, it's a sci-fi masterpiece, the greatest film of the year. I'll have to see. I don't think it'll be better than the original, but that's my personal opinion, but I'm excited to see it, and the praise it's getting now, it gets me more pumped for it, so yeah, I'm excited. I don't think it'll be better than the original, but we'll see. Next is from Ross Lynch. This person says, Jay, do you think an animated movie that will come out next year will be worse than Norm in the North and the Emoji Movie? God, I freaking hope not. I really hope not. I don't know. Who knows these days? You don't know what Hollywood will come up with next. I don't know if Norm in the North and the Emoji Movie, I don't know if there'll be a movie worse than those films. I doubt it, but who knows? Emoji Movie, Norm in the North are some of the worst animated films I have ever seen. So, yeah, who knows? Who knows what the future has in store for animated films? Speaking of anime films, not a lot of great anime films have came out this year. Like Lego Batman and Silent Voice are really great movies, but not a lot of good anime movies this year. It's kind of disappointing. The Emoji Movie was fucking crap. Despicable Me 3 was Boss Baby was not good. Captain Underpants was okay. Smurfs Lost Village wasn't that good. Cars 3 wasn't that good, but it's Cars. But not a lot of good animated movies. The Nut Job 2 was awful. So yeah, not a lot of good animated movies this year. So it's kind of sad. Anyways, get to more questions. Eli Copperman asks thoughts on Satoshi Kon. Satoshi Kon, yes. My thoughts on Satoshi Kon. I can't say his name. I can't say names properly. Is it Satoshi? Satoshi. So, alright. It's gonna be like 50 minutes of me trying to say the guy's name properly. Okay, Satoshi Kon. I'm gonna call him Satoshi Kon. Let's go with that. Satoshi Kon. He's an animated filmmaker. I know who Satoshi Kon is. He's made movies like Perfect Blue, Millennium Actress, Paprika, a lot of great films. I love his work. He's good. He's really good. He hasn't made enough movies for me to like call him like a great, like as great as Miyazaki or Makoto Shinkai or Minoru Hosoda. Those are my favorite Japanese animated directors. Minoru Hosoda, Makoto Shinkai, and Miyazaki. Miyazaki's still in like the top of the level. Makoto Shinkai's right there below him though, because Your Name was a masterpiece. Hiromuto Yanabashi is really good too, and Goro Miyazaki is also really good too, but yeah, Satoshi Kon is really good too, though. So, I like Millennium Actress. Millennium Actress is my favorite of his films. I love Millennium Actress. And he also asks, do you wish to make movies yourself? Yeah, I like to make some movies myself. You guys just give me $2 million, I'll make a movie. Totally kidding. Yeah, I like to make movies. My favorite kind of movies are like thrillers and stuff. If I ever had the money, I'd make my own, like, claustrophobic thriller. My favorite kind of movies are thrillers and stuff, and I write scripts for fun and everything. They're not very good, but I write for fun. I like to make a movie someday. I've never written a script that I've ever had faith in, so maybe someday. Alright, next is Chili Philly Gaming. I love that name. Chili Philly Gaming. I like to see you wear that hat every time you make a video. Why, thank you. Anyways, that's my cat meowing, by the way. Anyways, next is Gamer8817. Jay, would you rather go to the future or go to the past? Go to the future or go to the past? I've seen the past. I was born in the past. Aren't we all born in the past? Yeah, I know what the past looks like. I know history and everything. The past, it's a shit show. You'll get to see some cool people, meet some cool people, but no, I would never want to go to the past. I would rather go to the future. One, I can get some lottery numbers so I can be rich. And I can get some smart investments in the future. And I just want to see what the world looks like in the future. Is it going to be a Blade Runner future, or a Mad Max future, or a zombie apocalypse future? Or is it a really cool, badass future? Who the hell knows? But let's see, I'd rather go to the future. I don't want to go to the past. Past is ugly. Okay. Alright, next is... Wow, this person's name is literally J Vader Fan 6789110. That's very flattering. If you're named after me, that's awesome. Jay, I have two questions. Question 1, what if Star Wars The Last Jedi is the worst Star Wars movie? And also, what if Star Wars The Last Jedi is the best Star Wars movie? Okay, if it's the best, that's awesome. I don't think it would be the best, but it's directed by Rian Johnson, who did Looper and Brick, great films. And it looks really good, looks really interesting. It's going to be the darker of the new trilogy, because the second one usually is the darkest. And something's going to happen to a good character. Someone's going to die, I bet. And it looks interesting, looks intense and stuff. I like to know more about Snoke and all that shit. And I'm curious to see another fight between Kylo Ren and Rey. There's probably going to be like a Luke Skywalker fight between him and Kylo Ren and everything. Curious to see what they do with Princess Leia. There's a lot of things I am very excited for The Last Jedi. I don't think it'll be the best Star Wars, but if it is, that's awesome. If it's the worst, it'll be disappointing. I don't think it'll be the worst either. I don't think you could possibly be as worse as Attack of the Clones. If it is the worst, it will be very upsetting because I'm so excited for it. But I don't think The Last Jedi will be either the worst or the best. If it is the best, that's awesome. If it is the worst, that'll be sad. But I doubt it'll be either one of those things. Anyways, next is from Harry Thomas Pictures. Hey Harry, and congrats Jay on deserving 1,000 subscribers. You're the best one of the best reviewers ever. Thank you. Anyways, he's got 3 questions. First question, favorite movie to win Best Picture. Favorite movie to win Best Picture is Casablanca. He also has least favorite movie to win Best Picture is Crash. Overrated movie. Awful movie. Good Night and Good Luck or Brokeback Mountain should have won. Not fucking Crash. Anyways, question 3. Do you think the live-action Lion King remake will suck? For one thing, that's a really stupid idea to make. Like, they're cartoon lions. Like, there's no humans in the Lion King, so there's just gonna be a bunch of CGI lions talking throughout the whole movie, and they're gonna be singing the songs that we know already, like, can't wait to be king and be prepared and shit. Like, oh, it's so stupid. Do I think it's gonna suck? I hope it does, actually, because The Lion King's an amazing movie, and it's already like a Hamlet story, so why are they remaking The Lion King, and why are they making just a CGI live-action film? It's just so dumb. So yeah, I think it will be. I think it will suck. Yeah, I do. I think it'll suck. Anyways, next is Max Messmere. Messmere. I am terrible at pronouncing names, so I apologize. Good old Max. He's commented on a lot of my videos. What's going on, Max? I am sure that you're getting enough movie-related questions, so I'll change it up a bit. All right, let's change the movie talk. All right, do you like the Beatles? And what is your favorite song by them? Congrats on 1K. Thank you. I love the Beatles. I love the Beatles. Yeah, I'm a big Beatles fan. I've been a Beatles fan for quite some time because my parents were a fan of the Beatles. And my favorite songs, I love Hard Day's Night. Great movie, too. It's Hard Day's Night, Hey Jude. My favorite song ever is Let It Be. Let It Be is their song. Let it be, let it be. I love Twist and Shout. Come on and hit me, baby. Twist and Shout. I love it. Twist and Shout's a good song too, but Let It Be is my favorite Beatles song. So I love the Beatles. Alright, next is Hayden Davis. Hayden Davis. He asks, if you hate every Transformers movie, could you rank them all? I don't really want to. I can't stand Transformers movies, but I did a ranking last year of all the Michael Bay movies. So I pretty much did a ranking of all the Michael Bay Transformers movies, and yeah, I can just do it right now. My least favorite is Age of Extinction. Then it's Last Night, Revenge of the Fallen, and Dark of the Moon. The first one, and animated one is the best by default. So Age of Extinction is the worst. So that's my ranking. Alright, Shawn Chandler. Yes! What's going on, Shawn Chandler? A good buddy of mine on YouTube. Shawn Chandler. Shawn Chandler asks, woohoo! Congratulations! Thank you, buddy. He asks, what movie trend / genre / subgenre do you want to just go away? Yeah. So what genre or trend do I just want disappeared out of film? I know a lot of people say found footage, but I like some found footage movies. A lot of people say YA, but Harry Potter's YA, Hunger Games is YA, they're good movies. So what genre or trend? One is called torture porn. I don't know if that's like a trend or something, but movies that are just overly gory. Like, I call them torture porn. It's like Saw and like Eli Roth films. I'm not into that like disgusting movies. It's just blood and guts and just blah. Like, I like some gory movies, but, like, some of them are just, like, gory for the sake of gory. They're not, like, creative. They're not scary or creepy or atmospheric or just well-made films. They're just disgusting, gory films, like the Saw films, Hostel, Green Inferno, mostly Eli Roth's movies. Like, I'm just not into that gory shit. Yeah, so torture porn. That's why I call it torture porn. And also, like, the end-of-the-world kind of movies. Yeah, you could call them disaster movies, but again, there are good disaster movies that aren't about the end of the world. Like, not all disaster movies have to be about the end of the goddamn world. Like, Gravity and Titanic are disaster movies, and they're not about the end of the world. They're just about a certain disaster. Like, also the Towering Inferno. Like, they're not about the end of the world. Even Volcano, that's not even a good movie, but it's not about the end of the world. But, like, Armageddon, Dante's Peak, 2012, The Day After Tomorrow, even the new one that's coming out, Geostorm, looks so stupid. I can't stand those movies. So yeah, those end of the world disaster films, I hate those movies. So yeah, get rid of those kind of films. I hate them. Alright, next is from Christian Lorenzo. What's going on, buddy? He has a few questions. Question 1, what's your favorite version of Blade Runner? What's the best version of Blade Runner? Okay, my favorite version of Blade Runner. My favorite version and the best version is the final cut. The final cut is the best. The theatrical cut is not that great. It has that stupid happy ending. it has the really, really bad narration by Harrison Ford, and like I feel like Harrison Ford's like drunk the whole time he's narrating. You know, they're like Harrison just speaking to the microphone and just read the script. And then I investigate the guys, and I don't know why Roy Batty saved my life. And just, it's awful narration. It's so terrible, yeah. Not a fan of the theatrical cut. I understand what they were going for, because it's a film noir. Film noirs usually have narration, like Double Indemnity and all that kind of shit, and Sunset Boulevard. All the classic film noirs have narration, but a neo-noir has the style of film noir, but it doesn't have to be straight film noir. Get rid of the narration, and that's what the director's cut did. But the director's cut was still missing a few things, and the final cut tweaked a few things, put a little more, modern technology in there, and it was just a beautiful looking film. So the final cut is the perfect version of Blade Runner, and it's my favorite film of all time. The director's cut's not that bad, but the final cut is the best cut to watch. If you want to experience Blade Runner, watch the final cut, not the theatrical cut. It's not that good. Alright, next question is question 2. Question 2